Hey, what's up everyone? Thanks for tuning in. Today we're doing the trade recap for today. What I traded, how my performance was, so let's dive into it. Today is December 8th. It's Wednesday here. And today I've got a green day, but not by much. So it was a bit of a struggle, but I did pull through and get green. So I was up green, then it went down on a few bad trades, and then was really working hard to kind of dig out of it. So let's show you the performance, and then we'll dive into a few things here. This right here is the performance. So overall, I had, what was it? 48 trades on the day. I had 37 green trades and 11 red trades. So that's quite a bit of trading for me. And I'm ending the day, I don't know if I mentioned that, I'm ending the day up $303. So really not that much at all. That's not a big number, but at least it's green. It's in the right direction. And still working out, trying to dig out of my big 5K loss right here on Monday. So, progress in the right direction, but once again, it just wasn't by much. So let's break down the trades. I'm not going to talk about all of them because that's obviously a lot, 50 trades. I'm going to talk about some of the significant ones. So starting the day, look at this. Really good trades all the way up until, what was it, my 11th trade. That's where I had a huge loss. So everything up until then was good, and it was mainly on EFOI. So this is what I've been doing lately is that, like, once the market opens, I'm looking at kind of the leading gapper or the leading percent runner. And I'm usually trading that one if there's opportunity on it, good setups. And today was really great. It opened up and it just started pushing to the upside. And I guess I was a little hesitant because I usually like to just kind of warm up. And I had some good trades on it. My thing was I don't think I was sized up good enough on it to make, the bigger profits because I was once again kind of warming up for the day. And I made, some good trades, but they just weren't as big as they could have been really. So, kind of nailed the trading all the way up until there. It kind of went sideways for a while. Broke down, jetted back up. This is where I thought it was going to maybe break past the prior high. And this is where I really made my first big mistake here. So because of all the green trading that I did on this, I thought I was zoned in, dialed in, and so I thought, okay, this is a good time to maybe start sizing up now, get into a bigger trade, put some bigger profits on the day. And as we got this curl up, I thought to myself, well, initially this was like that sell off. I thought, okay, I'm done with it for now. However, it reversed, and once I saw that reversal, when I see something like this, when it goes down really hard and then right back up and reclaims where it was at before and goes beyond that, I'm looking to go long and get the next leg. So as it pushed up here, it started pulling back, and I thought to myself, okay, this is good timing, good setup, and I started accumulating and started buying rounds. I think I bought 3 rounds of 1,000, and 1, 2, 3, trying to get in this pullback, thinking that there was going to be another push at some point once it reverses, and it was a fake out. So it popped up for a split second and absolutely dropped, and boom, I'm sitting way down red big time. And I thought to myself, don't you dare hold it and try to, as much as I want to hold it the rest of the day to hopefully get back to neutral on it or positive, it's just not worth it. I've always burned myself usually when I hold these stocks like this. So I sold, which was a good move, but it was a huge hit. So I went from being up $411 on the day to down negative 582. So that's a big flip in one trade. So to me, right there, that tells me I was sized up too much. But once again, I told you my mentality. I was doing good on this trading here, warming up, and I thought it was time to size up because I had been doing good, but it was I think a bit of a fake out here, and I was, I got caught in it, and I guess I sized in at the wrong time, but thought I had the right idea, so suffered the consequences there, and sold out. It was a $993 loser, so big loser, and it took me from positive almost 500 to down negative 500, basically negative 600. And so from there I was like, Jesus, man, now I've got to work to get out of this, but only if there's opportunity. And there was today, but to me it just wasn't clean. It was kind of a choppier day, to be honest. But either way, I was able to get out of it. So from there, I continued trading. That was kind of my low point there. And I slowly digged out of it, trade by trade. I had one trade on LGVN that was really choppy. What else? Went back to EFOI. ISIG was another one, so I'll show you that one. I think, let's see. I do want to touch on BKKT here. This one, very difficult. So I was, at the time I'm kind of moving sideways right along in this time. I'm looking for kind of the next stock or see if anything pushes further up. And BKKT came up for me. And I got interested in this one. So saw this whole move come up. Or by the time I saw this move, I went to check it out, and it was right in this zone here, which was tricky because we were obviously pushing through kind of extended, and we had a big pullback here, and I think I had 3 trades on it. It was a little difficult. I think I lost $100 in the first one, but I missed this entire move here. This was just very choppy, and the problem with this one was that the volume was a little bit lower for me, and the spread on it was so large that it would make huge moves. So if you were getting in, it was a little bit more difficult to scalp. Now, when you were right, it was good because you'd be up, a bigger chunk. But if you were on a losing side of it, it was technically a little bit rougher, and you'd have to sell, for a lower price because this, like I said, the spreads were just so large that the range was huge and it was really volatile. So I kind of bounced around on this one a bit, but this one did pop up, and I was just got interested with it. And you just didn't see that continuation. When you see these big moves, you kind of want to see a little bit of a pullback and then another move, but it kind of, sold off quite a bit. Sold off, pretty drastically here, down to 15.50. Then came back up. So, the strategy on this one, you'd be better off seeing that this one moved and then trying to accumulate or start buying on some of the dips, honestly, and then sell just into the rushes up. I think that would have been kind of the best approach. Instead, I think I was initially trying to trade this as like a breakout trade, like this rushes up, wait for the pullback, buy in, anticipating a breakout, but that just wasn't happening with this one in the way I saw it. So, yep, bounced around with that one. But let me get to my next significant trade here. Like I said, I went sideways on my performance for quite a while, and eventually I came over here and made a really, really nice trade. So on ISIG, this one was a $500 winner. So this one took me from being negative $456 on the day to being up $47 positive. So good feeling from there and a good trade. It was on ISIG. And let me see if I can find that moment where it popped. Yeah, okay. This one, I'll tell you kind of my experience with this one today. This was a great runner. It initially kicked off kind of in the morning, so I was eyeballing this one in, what was it, EFOI? Is that what the name of it? Yeah. And the problem with this one is that it's kind of those halting stocks, right? It moved up, went into a halt, and I was looking at it going, okay, let me see if there's potential to hop in. It opens up, rushes back into another halt. So I didn't have really any chance to really hop in. I was trying to get in, didn't get filled on anything, and just kept watching it. And as it opened, wasn't too sure. I think I got a trade on this move here. We eventually got to this top area here, and then there's kind of this consolidation here. Now, I was looking at this thing and I just didn't know what to make of it, because I want to show you real quick if you can see this. Let's see if we can just do that. Yeah, if you guys see this consolidation, look at this. It's kind of that pendant move. And as it's moving within this range, I'm thinking it's going to get close to a spot where it's either this one is going to flush down, or it's going to rip. And I think my hesitation there, I just was too worried about it maybe possibly ripping down. So I didn't hop in and miss that move. And look at that. It goes right flying to the sky and then goes right into a halt. So another chance part where I didn't get a chance to really get in. Had it moved up and maybe pulled back a little bit, I probably would have hopped in, but got nothing there. It just went straight into a halt. And so I think I traded it on the open here, but it was just a quick scalp. And that was kind of this portion of the day. Now let me go to Sorry, I don't like this drilling tool. Okay, let's look at the rest of the chart here. This is where I made my my positive move on the day with the $500 trade. You know, it moves up, goes sideways for quite a while, sells off, goes sideways. So I was kind of done with it at this point. But once we got into this area where it crossed past VWAP, as I see it getting some strength, getting some volume in there, I'm looking at this area going, okay, this might be another opportunity to get in. So I hopped in, and I think that's where I had my $500 trade going all the way up to about 2067 on it, and sold. And I had pretty good size on it. So for me, that was a good read. And that's where I went positive. What else? And from there, the rest of the day, let's see. You know, I got back positive, and then I just had a bunch more trades that were in the right direction. They were just kind of small winners. So what else did I trade? That ISIG, I went back to BKKT because it made a whole nother move. And then I finished with PPSI. So show you BKKT. This one was tricky because I couldn't, you know, kind of trust it in this area because I got burned on one trade and then had two smaller winning scalp trades that were just tiny. So I felt like I just couldn't trust it. And then this whole area here, it sold off big. But then boom, it goes for another run. And I was kind of late to the game on this. But I did hop back in, getting a few more scalp trades to the high side, which did help out. But look at this. I mean, after hours, look at how crazy this thing is, you know? Goes sideways, does its consolidation, and just has a volatile rip to the downside. So this one was just, for me, a hard one to trust. There was opportunity in it, but you just had to be a super sniper and know how to ride it when it was ready to go. But this was kind of choppy to me. So that's how I did on BKKT. And then PPSI was another one I've seen in the past that popped up today. This is a former runner for sure. We have to look at the yearly chart here. As you can tell, this thing, you know, has kind of a base range. Let's just call it about $3 in here. But it has days where it goes on, boom, big runs. So that to me shows me big potential. And today was one of those big spikes. So it was just a matter of trying to get in at the right time. Unfortunately, I didn't get to this stock until it made this entire move, and it was already in a halt. So the only piece of it that I could really get was after the halt, and I had a few trades in here. scalp trades that were winning to the right side, but they weren't huge, and it was difficult because I knew it might be overextended, which in some cases it was when we had a really hard pullback here, a really big sell-off. So it did kind of get another run in it later on in the day, and but that was about it. And now you can see it's kind of selling off. So this thing, you know, on the days that it runs hard, and then collapses hard too. So that's pretty much it. I do want to mention here, you know, a lot of these stocks that I traded like today, pretty much this entire week, there's been times I've been wanting to short certain stocks like PPSI, and in areas where I think it is going to rip to the downside, I try to go in short and I just can't get any shares to borrow. You know, maybe that's more of an E-Trade thing. And it's, you know, E-Trades, I don't think the best are really good for shorting in general because it's harder to get fills. But yeah, there's just, I feel like a lot of opportunities on the stocks I trade to go to the downside, but sometimes I don't even have that opportunity because I can't get the shares. So that's just a little unfortunate, but just kind of how it is with my broker. And I think that pretty much wraps it up for me today. So I did trade, you know, all day long today. I'm glad I did because I was able to dig out of it and go positive, which really helps out with the progress. So, you know, just another step in the right direction. Not a huge step, but a step in the right direction. So, hope you guys enjoyed this one today. That's where I'm sitting. What do we got? 2 more days left on the week, and I really want to try my best just to get, you know, green every day the rest of this month. And I don't really necessarily care if they're huge days, but I just want to make good progress and try to avoid those big nasty green days. But enough chatting from me. Let me know how you guys felt about today's market conditions and what you traded, and if you're red or if you're green. And once again, I do appreciate all of you guys that chime in, that like these videos, that subscribe. It means a lot to me, and I really enjoy hearing everybody's successes and struggles in day trading. It's a tough job. Some people think it's easy, but I don't think it really is. You know, physically, yeah, hitting buttons is easy for sure, but to analyze stocks in the moment, especially like small cap momentum trading, you know, it can be stressful, and mentally it can be kind of rough too. So, but I enjoy it. I enjoy the challenge and always trying to improve. So that's it for now. Take care. See you tomorrow on Thursday.